Ladies and gentlemen, Hex community of all ages, hey, Jake Freedom here, coming to you live from YouTube for this week's Hex Update Saturday for February 1st, 2014. Now this week here, we did not get a patch for the game, but that does not always mean we don't have something to at least talk about. Through one of the forums, through one of the forum posts, I happened to run across a little bit of information dealing with the auction house that is eventually going to be deployed and rolled out in the Hex game here itself. And I believe that the way you pronounce this guy's name is Chark. It looks like Clark, but you know, without the L obviously, and there's an H in there, and so I'm just gonna call it's either Shark or Chark. I'm gonna guess it's probably Shark. But anyway, he was going back and forth with some of the community members, and they were talking about the auction house and this, that, and the other thing. And we got a little information from him. And basically, what I was able to gather, the thread is like 16 pages long, so I didn't read through the entire thing. I just kind of hit the highlight points where he was actually responding back to the members there. And what we got is there is going to be a 3 to 5% fee on sold items. This I can understand. You know, the only auction house really that I've ever had any experience with is going to be the Diablo 3 auction house. Outside of that, I have never dealt with any auction house. So there's always a seller's fee, which is fine. And also, they said that there might be a listing fee. Now, CZE claims that this will help keep down on the amount of items that won't sell. I disagree with the listing fee. Okay, even if your item may or may not sell, big deal. I mean, they're trying to, you know, maybe keep the auction house from being flooded with just, you know, garbage cards and garbage items and things like that. Not necessarily cards, but I disagree with the listing fee. If you want to try and sell your item and somebody maybe wants it, you know, if there's you know, who knows? I mean, I just don't like the listing fee. If you're gonna charge me a selling fee, that's fine. Don't charge me a listing fee for trying to, you know, get rid of some of my items here. And you never know, maybe lower level players, you know, they may not have what they need, so they'll go to the auction house and maybe they'll get what they need. Who knows? Hopefully they get rid of the listing fee. I think it would benefit everybody. So we'll see. I'm gonna guess the listing fee wouldn't be too much if they did implement it, but hopefully they just don't implement it at all. So that's my opinion on the listing fee. Shark also says this would be a normal auction house. He uses the term normal auction house a lot versus like a bid-ask system. Like I said, you know, the only auction house I'm familiar with is the D3 auction house, and I would assume that like the bid-ask is like, hey, I'm going to list this for this much, but if you want it right now, you can buy it for this much. I'm going to guess that's what a bid-ask system is. Now, when Shark says normal, I would assume that you can't specify a buyout option, maybe, but you just have to let the item ride. You know, you list it and let it ride, and whatever it brings, it brings. So I'm a little unclear on what he means by a normal auction house. So maybe some of you guys can help fill me in on that one there, because it's, you know, I'm unclear when he says normal auction house. Also, there will not be a straight platinum/gold exchange in the auction house. If you're unfamiliar with the two currencies that are going to be in Hex, it's going to be gold and platinum. So in the auction house, you can't do a straight exchange for platinum and gold, this, that, and the other thing. Players can, of course, use other commodities as a vehicle to translate platinum into gold. What those will be, who knows? We have no idea yet. Let's see. Also, there will be trading outside of the auction house. CZE has a mail system. I'm not sure what they mean by mail, like notification type system, in-game email, in-game mail, and also a player-to-player trading planned. As of right now, they haven't specified any timeline when this will roll out, so time will only tell when this will actually happen. Now, if they're going to do player-to-player trading, which is fine. The mail system, I'm not quite sure on that one there. I don't know. I don't think this would affect maybe the auction house a whole lot once you get more members in there. I'm just hoping that the auction house itself doesn't come to the point where, you know, it's better to go to the auction house to get your cards you need rather than, you know, going through the PvE side of it to try to get your packs and this, that, and the other thing. So we'll see. And maybe it won't have any impact on it. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm only familiar with the D3 auction house, and that one just totally ruined that game. Obviously, that's why they're getting rid of it if you aren't familiar with that at all. Also, Shaggy, he's going to try and keep a thread titled server status up to date as possible. A lot of us, kind of run into maybe some login errors, and we don't know why. And there's no post on the forums about it. And somebody posts, and then they come back and say, "Oh yeah, this is we're aware of this." So I'm guessing this thread here is going to be like, "Hey, the servers are having some issues. They're down right now. You don't need to post this, that, and the other thing." So hopefully they can do a pretty good job at that to keep us informed on what's going on with the actual servers when there are issues. Now, let's talk a little bit about sealed play. I really like sealed play a lot. It gives you, if you're unfamiliar with it, we talked about it last updates. That's when they finally rolled it out, I believe. But you get 6 boosters, and you have 20 shards of each color, and you have to try to build a 40-card deck based out of what is handed to you. And when this was first announced, before it actually rolled out, when it was announced, I thought to myself, what types of cards would be really tough to deal with? And the first one that came to mind was Flight. And from the topics on the forums, and if you are a fan of Threshold's podcast, they feel the same way. Flight is by far one of the first choices that people are taking when they have them in their draft, whether it be the Thunderbird, the Windborne Acolyte, whatever. If it has Flight, 99% of the time you're going to run a Flight-based deck, simply because they are very difficult to deal with. Basically it comes down to, unless you have targeted removal, if you don't have any Flight in your actual deck, targeted removal and mass removal are your only way to actually deal with Flight. And the couple cards that come to mind right now that you can deal with Flight directly would be like Repel, Inner Conflict, which are both diamonds. You have Burn and Ragefire, and those are both rubies. And you have Persecute, Extinction, Terrible Transfer. Those are blood and murder. And then Chaos Key could do it. And if you want to consider Bombsmith, when he enters play, he deals 1 damage, I believe, to a target troop. So that would be able to deal with a Thunderbird and a Windborne Acolyte. Also, Saper's Charge. That's an artifact that you can spend 2 resources to deal 2 damage. So those are some of the cards that, right off the top of my head, that I can think of that, would be able to handle a Flight card, directly. There isn't many answers to Flights that don't involve a couple other turns to accomplish this. Like, you could obviously throw down Living Totem, and what is it? You could do, let's see, it would take 2 turns, possibly 2 turns. It's a 3, I forget what is it, 1 or 2 costs to get it down, and then it's 3 resources to transform into Flight the first time. So it's a long ways, and the Living Totem is kind of clunky. He seems kind of slow to me, so I'm not sure that'd be a really good answer there. So last time I checked, I think there are 29 or so cards that have Flight or have the potential to get Flight. Outside of obviously running Feather Drifting Downriver, where any card then has the potential to get Flight there. So we're just basically talking straight off the top of the deck, not having any buffs or anything like that to it. So, yes, Flight is one of those things, especially the Thunderbirds. 1 Thunderbird, you could probably deal with. 2, yeah, maybe, but like 3 Thunderbirds, with the Rage 1 there, gets to be a little difficult, especially if somebody only has 2 removal spells in their draft, and they use both of them for their first 2 Thunderbirds. 9 times out of 10, you'll probably lose to that 2-drop Thunderbird. Now, granted, Thunderbird is, 2 resource, 2 threshold, but still. So yeah, Thunderbird, I believe, is definitely dominating sealed play right now. Sealed play is a little buggy yet. I've made it. I don't know if I made it past round 1 or not. I can't remember. I know I've played it, many times, and I love that style of gameplay. You just, hey, here's your stuff, build a deck. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and you just gotta try to make the best of it. And I really like that style of play there. Also, let's see here. What else we can talk about? I think that's about it. We really didn't have a whole lot going on this week. So hopefully the next week's update. It seems like every time they hold off on a week's patch or update, the following week has something that's really good for us all. So hopefully, you know, they're just waiting to roll out something awesome. Who knows what we'll have? Maybe we'll have the final cards in set 1. Maybe they'll be like, okay, yeah, we fixed tournaments, sealed play is good. You know, maybe they're going to roll out a new feature. I don't know. I'm going to guess they're just going to continue fixing stuff that needs to be fixed. Other than that, I'd like to know some of you guys' feedback on the types of videos that you want to see. You know, I read the comments and I try to do my best to, you know, what you guys ask for. You know, like when I did my deck text there, I didn't always put the specs in the actual description, so I started doing that. Some of you mentioned that you'd like that there. And some of you mentioned you want to see more gameplay, so I've started uploading more gameplay. With the decks, you know, that we build, you know, to watch them play out. We're gonna, you know, I try to do that as well. We haven't done an actual constructed deck tech in a while, because there's just so many, not very many options, you know, that you can do here that are very good anyway. So that's why we started kind of doing that. Let's randomly make a deck off of rolling dice, and then we'll see how that works there. That's kind of fun. I don't know if anybody likes that or not, but you know, but you are the viewers. You know, what do you guys want to watch? You know, is what I'm doing now, is it good? Do you guys like? Do you guys enjoy that? Would you like to see something different? You know, let me know. Leave a comment below, and we can definitely take some of those comments into consideration for sure. Other than that, that's going to be this week's update. Like I said, go ahead and leave a comment below. If you liked the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of these, go ahead and click subscribe, and we'll have another video for you soon.